Hello again everybody and welcome back to Subscribe to ECE. This time we are going to be looking at solving derivatives using a scientific calculator. So, this is the procedure on how to solve derivatives using a scientific calculator. Step 1. Set your calculator to the following modes: degree mode and math mode. So I have here a calculator of the Casio brand to demonstrate this. So first is degree mode. Degree mode is shift plus mode plus 3. So let's input that here. Shift plus mode, this will come out, and then choose degree, so 3. There, you'll know that you have your calculator on degree mode once you see the letter D here on your calculator. Next is math mode. So here is shift plus mode plus 1. So let's go back, shift and mode, and pick 1. So I have here then choose 1, which is this. There. So you'll know that you're in math mode once you see on the screen of your calculator that there is the math word here. Now that we have that set up, let us move on to the rest of the instructions. Step 2. Press shift plus derivative. Derivative is the button here right below alpha. Take note of the d over dx symbol above it. Step 3. Input the function into the calculator and assign a value of x. Note that any value may be assigned to x, but the base value of 1 should be okay to use, unless instructed otherwise. Finally, press equal and a result will appear that is based on what value of x is assigned. So you're probably thinking, how are we going to use this in a word problem? Well, let's apply what we learned to the following examples. So, determine the derivative of x squared minus 1 times 2x squared minus 3 with respect to x. So we have our function here and we have to determine what is the derivative among these choices. So let us apply what we learned earlier here. So let's return to the instructions. Set your calculator to the following modes. We already did that. Next is press shift plus derivative. So let's do that here. Shift plus derivative. There we go. This should appear on your screen. Next, input the function into the calculator and assign a value of x. So let's return to that. This is the function that you are going to be inputting. So let us put that in the calculator that we have here. So alpha x squared minus 1. And oh, almost forgot the parentheses. There we go. And then parentheses again. X squared minus 1 times 2x squared. So 2 and alpha parenthesis. 2x squared minus 3. There we go. So we've inputted the function. Now we have to assign a value to x, which is here at the edge of the screen here. So let's return to the instructions. I mentioned that any value may be assigned to x, but the base value of 1 should be okay to use. So let's use 1 here and press the equal sign. There. So returning back to the problem, if the value of x is 1, the answer should be negative 2 in this case. So let's write that down. So if x is equal to 1, then the answer, one moment, should be equal to negative 2. So now that we know this, we will substitute the value of x to all of the choices and see if the result is negative 2. So beginning with letter A, 3x over the value of 1 minus x squared, let's substitute that. 3 times 1 over 1 minus 1 squared. There we go. Now let's calculate that. Fraction sign. 3 times 1 over 1 minus 1 squared. That should be it. And the result of this is a math error. So that means that's not the answer. So this is a no. Next, letter B. So that's 2x times the value of 4x squared minus 5. So let's put that there. 2 times 1 times the quantity of 4 times 1 squared minus 5. So let's check that here on the calculator. There we go. 2 times 1 times 4 multiplied by 1 squared minus 5. So what's the result? -2. So we got our value of -2 on the calculator, meaning this is the correct answer. So the answer to this question, is 2x times the value of 4x squared minus 5. There we go. And there. That is how you use the derivative, how to solve for derivatives using a scientific calculator. Let's try one more problem. So solve this. Determine the derivative of y is equal to x plus 1 cubed all over x with respect to x. So let's do what we did once more. Let's reset our calculator. So we've already set it to degree mode and math mode, so we can go straight to preparing the function and assigning the value. So shift plus derivative, and then input this value. One moment. Fraction, then parenthesis, alpha parenthesis, alpha close parenthesis, plus 1 cube. There we go. And all over the value of x. And finally, we assign a value to what x should be. Let's assign 1 again. And press equal. So our answer should be 4. So in this regard, if the value of x is equal to 1, then the answer should be 4. So let's do what we did earlier and substitute all of the values to the choices we have. So let's do this slowly, as this is a bit. 3 times 1 plus 1 all over 1 plus 1 plus 1 cube all over 1 square. Let's give it a try. Fraction 3, then 1 plus 1 over 1 plus fraction again. Then this is 1 plus 1 cube all over 1 square. The answer is 14, so it's not that. So let's move on to the next one. Let's substitute all of the values to all of the values of x here to 1. So fraction 3 times 1 plus 1 squared all over the value of 1 minus fraction again, then x plus 1. Oh, I almost made a mistake there, forgot. Alpha, oh wait, alpha parenthesis, this is value of 1 cube all over 1 squared. So let's press equal on that. 4. So we have our answer here. So with that, we have the value of the derivative. So the answer here is the value of 3 times x plus 1 squared all over the value of x minus x plus 1 cube all over x squared. And that is all. If you like what you saw, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more of the subscribe to ECE videos. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.